Hello, welcome Solex Nation. It is almost the end of July and we've had an amazing deal going, well, an incentive going all month long where if you enroll somebody, you and that person both receive Brite. Should we show them what Brite is?
Yes. Yeah, I use Brite every day. I love it. I have a daughter who's a master esthetician, and she uses it all the time. Well, we have a daughter who's a master esthetician.
I mean, your daughter, our daughter, it's fine.
Yeah, no, but her and her colleagues, they actually have fallen in love with that, and they think that it is a fabulous product for hydrating the face. So.
Well, and our daughter, the master esthetician, also loves the illuminator. She uses the illuminator with the Brite.
Yeah, it's a great combination, right?
And I do have to say, she's pretty picky.
Yeah, she's
kind of a product snob.
Takes after somebody.
She does take after you. Okay.
Okay, all right. So it's the end of the month. At the end of the month, now's the time to pull your reports, right? We do this every month. Last Wednesday of the month, if there's a day to pull it, go into your back office today, go and pull your direct report, go and pull both your quick reports, and make sure you export them, and that way you have it recorded. Yes, if you don't wait till the very last day of the month, it's not the perfect report, but at least you have it recorded in its majority, and you know who to work with during the last few days of the month.
That's right. And you could do it today and on the last day of the month.
Sure.
But today is just a good assurance. It's a good day to remind yourself.
Yeah, it costs nothing.
Nothing
right. To pull an extra report.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, we've been saying it and saying it and saying it. Day of Discovery is coming. Now, a couple of things you need to know. We are nearing the end of July, which means that we are going to have a price increase on August 1st. So if you haven't gotten your Day of Discovery ticket yet, now is the time to do that.
Yep. Yeah, and as we make that commitment, make that plan, obviously, when time shrinks, we just want to make sure that we're all prepared for all of you to come, or those who are committed and able to make it out this year. We'd love to see you in September. We look forward to a really good event. I mean, we have a lot going on in this event.
We have a lot going on. We have a lot of people that are going to be here.
Yeah, I mean, we have doctors, we have rocket scientists. Did I say that?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay, we have some fantastic people that are going to share some amazing messages. And as usual, we have some major announcements. We also, this is the first time we're going to share this, is we have a little bit of an R&D section of this event where you can sign up and experience a little bit of things that we're working on that may or may not come to market, but we're working on them.
So you get to see what may be coming and test it out for yourself. So worth it to be there in person. Now, we are going to cut off Day of Discovery ticket sales on August 31st. So make sure that you get your tickets by then.
Yes, that's so important. One of the things I need to also clarify is a few weeks ago, we made a big announcement regarding staying loyal in your auto ship, in your regular automatic reordering of your subscription service or any product for that matter.
We want to reward you for that.
And we want to reward you for that. So let's make a point of clarification because there is a little bit of confusion as to what counts and to what doesn't count. As you know, we also recently announced bundles. And so people who are newly enrolled, one of the things we did at enrollment to just acknowledge and show our gratitude is we really drove down the price of these bundles as much as we could while maintaining as much value as possible. That is kind of the reward for coming to Solex and choosing to be a part, whether you're a preferred customer or whether you're a new QLA. We just want to say thank you, and part of that thank you is built into that bundle. After your initial enrollment, your first auto ship actually triggers the first month qualifying for the loyalty program. Once you have 3 months in a row where an order is generated from your auto ship profile, that could be the subscription service to the AOScan technology, that could be Prime, that could be Think, that could be the top pack altogether, that could be Brite. Any of those that generate each month, once there's 3 months that it generates in a row, you get the 30% off coupon on a product of your choice.
That's right. So a lot of people were wondering, well, why doesn't my first month enrollment order count? Well, because it's not an auto ship, it's your initial order.
Yeah.
But the next month, when the auto ship runs, that is actually when the auto ship triggers.
Yeah, and believe me, I mean, we would love to reward on everything all the time, and we do by way of commissions and things like that. But and driving down the price. Now let's talk about price actually just for a minute. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, I want to talk about this company that we just saw.
Yeah, well, we at Solex, we realize that, and we will always respect the fact that the AOScan technology is our flagship product. It is the core. We love it. We live around it. We build around it. And everything we build is tied in some form or fashion to what we are doing with the AOScan technology. With that said, you hopefully are aware that we have many supplements and other products, right?
That's right.
That are available. Let me tell you about, I recently just saw another company launch an omega-3 product, and we have Omega Pro here at Solex, and we love Omega Pro. It is the best thing that we could find as far as the source of omega-3s and also the ratio of EPA to DHA in that build. Mm-hmm. And that was specific. If you go back and listen to our explanation as to why we launched it this way.
It's the Think launch.
The Think launch. Yep. Yeah. We there is specific research around the ratio within omega-3 that you want in order to have the best benefit, not just for the body, but also for the brain.
We don't just throw things out there. We don't just say, oh, this looks like a good product. Let's do it. There's a lot of research and a lot of time that goes into our products.
Yeah. I mean, if there's one thing we do, we like to challenge the status quo. And if it's great, if it's good on its own, we leave it. If it can be made better, we try and make it better. And so in the case of Omega Pro, we launched that on two fronts, putting the very best omega-3 product out there that we could source and find cleanly and with all the respect to, that is appropriate for that sort of development into an omega-3 product. Mm-hmm. You know, the source of krill and so forth, where you get it, how it's sustained and so forth. But the second thing that is so critical for not just Omega Pro, but every supplement that we make is that we want to be as competitive in the marketplace as possible. There are plenty of companies that will make an omega and they'll charge $50 for it, right? But we intentionally made the very best omega-3 product that we could find. And do you want to know what our price is? It's $22 on loyalty.
$22.
But it gets better if you put it on an automatic shipment where you can get a 30% off coupon after 3 months in the loyalty program. It's only $20.
You find those prices at Costco or on Amazon.
Yeah.
And our product is way, way high up there with quality. We make products that we ourselves want to take. Now, why on earth would we price them so low?
Because we can. I mean, and in reality, it's because we can. It's because that we, Solex, we recognize that that is not the for-profit moneymaker that the company needs.
It's not our bread and butter.
It's not our bread and butter. It's not our flagship. And so what we can do is, because the AOScan technology is so successful, we can actually supplement what we need, or essentially discount what it takes to build the omega-3 product, for example. So that goes across the board. We do that on all fronts with our supplements, and we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to drive not only the highest quality that we can make out of any product, but also making it as competitive. So we're competitive on two fronts, and we're trying to be competitive. Now, if we can't be competitive on any front, we won't touch it. We won't. We don't need to. But if we can challenge the status quo, we're going to. We're going to make it better if we can make it better, if we deem it necessary, right?
Well, and if we think we're into health, right? If we think it's going to make you healthier, make the scanner function better, we want it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're interested in, and it all leads back to the scanner and how the scanner can work best for all of you.
Yeah.
And for us.
Yeah. All right. One other thing that is a hot topic right now that we need to address is in Q2 we had an extra bonus for those that enrolled 3 and those that enrolled 6 new QLAs or preferred customers. with a device or bundle.
Yes.
And an auto
quarter.
ship, right?
Yes.
And the key with that is the auto ship had to successfully transact. So within a month, that auto ship would run. We're coming up on all of those auto ships now running by the end of July. And so at the end of July, we will announce those who got the 3, which is the $100 coupon, right? To use in the store. And then the 6, which is the people who will be part of a test group where we have, an announcement, a product. Okay, we're having one product that we're going to send out to those that had 6 new QLAs or PCs that have a successful auto ship transact.
That's right. Now, you all know quarter 2 ended at the end of June. So people are saying, hello, where is our, where's our bonus? Where's our incentive? Well, that's why we have to wait until all auto ships process until the end of July to make sure that all of you qualified.
Yep.
That's all that means.
And that's what we did in Q1. We're going to do it in Q2. We'll do it again in Q3 with the bonuses that are currently taking place in this month.
Yeah, we just have to do it that way. Okay, so we had a contest last week, and we asked you. Last week we had Deb, Bruce, and Loran from our Day of Discovery.
Yeah. What questions do you have?
September. Yeah. So what questions do you have for Loran and for Deb, Bruce? Yeah, there are a lot of questions.
There are a lot of questions.
They'll appreciate that. They love to have questions.
All right, here we go.
What are we giving away?
Oh, that's a great question.
We're giving away tickets to Day of Discovery.
Oh,
so
tickets to Day of Discovery.
This is a big one. This is a big draw right now. So if you have already purchased your ticket to Day of Discovery and we draw you, we'll reimburse you. If you haven't, then guess what? You get a free ticket.
And these are just questions. Maybe others have comments, but this comes from it's Laura Morrison. So I take it that this is Laura Morrison.
That's a good deduction.
Right? Yes. Okay, good. What does male-female enhancement in the Cepheid scan mean?
We get that question a lot.
Great question.
So,
we do. So we'll say that. We'll have Lauren answer that.
Yep.
Or Deb.
Yeah. All right. This one is easy promo videos. I think we've said a couple of weeks now that YouTube is weird now with what they're putting for the name. So easy promo videos. If this is you, please give us a call. Let us know your name. Is it better to build a list by conditions and symptoms per person or build a list of conditions symptoms to use for multiple people? What is a good resource to build a playlist for groups of results that you can find when you do, say, pull by a condition under homeopathic? Final question, should you set a max of 15 items when you imprint your Cepheid dot? Thanks for tonight's call. Learned a lot of great information during the Q&A that was shared.
Love that. Great questions. Yeah. All right, last one for a free ticket to Day of Discovery. This is Lucy Chapin, 1006. Thank you for another awesome call. My question is, when running Cepheid scans for quantum reach, etc., to get an accurate scan, do you need to have done a voice scan first, or are the Cepheid scans real-time independent without doing a voice scan? Great question, and we'll have all these added to Deb's list or Lauren's list or both of their lists.
Yeah, that's great. All right, last week, our top enrollers.
Yes.
And this is for July 17th through the 23rd. We had a huge tie for second place.
Yes, big tie. So we're going to rattle off some names here. Congratulations to everybody here. Bill McLeod.
Nadia Lutz.
Heather Lambase. I think it's Heather. I'm so sorry. I think we've said it wrong a few times, but Lambiase.
Heather, you know what? I think you should just come to Day of Discovery and call him Cadge.
Yeah, it'll work. I'll respond.
Rita Hawthorne Reynolds.
Joseph Cusimano.
Belinda Billinghurst.
Deborah Carlson.
And Paige Wheeler. Congratulations.
Very good, very good. And then for our sole first place, who just pushed past these just by a few, Debbie Jane Harris. Congratulations. Silver coin coming to you. Well done. Part of the legacy group and all those benefits.
That's right. We have an amazing call today. We have 2 leaders on here. We have Rebecca McQuilty. Actually, she doesn't like it when I call her that. Bec McQuilty and Tammy Ward. And these 2 are to be listened to. They both have built big businesses here at Solex, and they have some great advice and tips. And I'm excited to learn from them.
Yes, me too.
Hello, Solex Nation. My friend Bec McQuilty and myself, Tammy Ward, are here to talk to you about how we talk to others about the AO scan technology and what we say. You know, we typically have two types of people when we talk to them. There are those that understand frequencies and energy, and then there are those that go, what is frequencies? So is there a certain way that you particularly say about the differences or with the differences with the people?
I think one of the best things that we can ask initially is, have you experienced bioresonance before? Or have you heard of bioresonance before? Because I feel like that starts a really great conversation, because if they have experienced bioresonance before, it allows us to be able to go into, great, what did you experience? And also learn through asking questions how much it is then that they really know about the process. Has it been that they have just been to a bioresonance session and experienced it? And if they say no, then we know that we're starting right from a ground level, right from the get-go, and actually needing to explain that everything is energy and frequency, and everything resonates at a specific energy and frequency. Yeah.
One of the things that I do with somebody that may be new to frequencies, because they really don't understand them, is that gives me the understanding that, well, I don't want to do maybe the vitals or the easy scan or the comprehensive with them just yet. But go right into the inner voice. And the reason why I love the inner voice so much is because those reports kind of give an explanation of what bioresonance is, how it's used, how we can actually use it with our healthcare. And then that gives me an edge to go, you know what, I can give you a complimentary inner voice so that you can kind of experience what frequencies are about. And then whenever you get your report, just make sure you read that report, because then what usually happens with me and with my clients or anybody that I scan is that they'll look and read that report and see the suggestions. And typically in the suggestions, it talks about the vitals. And then they're like, wait a minute. What's the vitals? And then you can go a little deeper into, well, our bioresonance device actually can measure the frequencies of your entire body. And it goes over 170,000 different frequencies that it pinpoints and matches to determine where your frequencies are at this moment in time, and then how to address those. So that's kind of the approach that I use.
I think one of the things for me as well is just to keep it really basic and use language that people understand. I think that that's really important. And so when I do that, I talk about the frequencies being in and out of balance. One thing I also do with the inner voice scan is, because when you think about it, if you had never heard of an inner voice scan before, you wouldn't necessarily really know what that meant. So I actually refer to our inner voice scan as an emotional balance scan. And I think when we refer to it as an emotional balance scan, people tend to have an understanding of what that means. So you could even use not that we want to take away from the terminology. So it is an inner voice scan, but I refer to it as an emotional balance scan so people have that understanding.
Do you know, Bec, that is such an important point, because I have recently been getting quite a few messages that people believe that the inner voice is the God voice, and they feel like we're going against the God voice by using that terminology, inner voice, which I thought was really bizarre, but I do honor them in their thoughts in that. So that would be great to use an emotional balance tool or an emotional balance scan, something along those lines. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, awesome. And so how do we switch then from speaking in very basic terms for someone who has never heard of frequency before? And actually on that note, maybe just explaining a little bit. I'm all about overcoming objections before they're given to me. So I think one of the biggest objections that we can always get is, well, hang on a minute, how do you scan me if I'm all the way over there and you're here? How does that even work? And one of the new analogies that came to us by the beautiful Nicole Rodriguez, she was explaining over the weekend analogy that she utilizes, which was about being in a car park, and she has the key, and to be able to open her car and to press the button, that button is only has a frequency within it to only relate to the car that she is driving, that is her car. And it doesn't relate to any other car in the car park. And I thought that was a really great analogy to be able to use, that, you know, you have that one device and then you have a subject or an object that it is going to be sent to. And therefore it is, in her analogy, is her car. And in this analogy, it is the person. So I thought that was a really good way of explaining, you know, the scale of technology as well, to someone who's never really experienced frequency or has really understood it before. But if we're shifting gears into how do we explain it more to somebody who understands frequency, who gets this, who, you know, it might be a practitioner or just someone who's experienced frequency, you know, medicine before, how would you lead into that?
You know, one of the things that I use in that perspective is because every organ and tissue and cell in our body has its own frequency. So with our technology, we have over 170,000 data points that it measures. And with that, that's quite intense, and it's growing every day. So I think when we all started, it was somewhere around 90,000, and then before we knew it was 110,000, then 150,000, and it's just climbing. So the more we use that scanner, the more they're going to be able to find and see these different frequencies and how the body should be vibrating with that frequency. And typically the practitioners get it. They're like, oh man, this is amazing. And then to have a report that will tell you exactly where those frequencies are, if they're out of range or in range, it's so helpful to the practitioners out there, but it can also be very helpful to the layperson if they just see on their reports that they're getting less red and more green. That's as simple as you need to make it. Just look at the fact that if you're scanning and optimizing daily, you want to see less red. So just focus on that. Just be simple with it. Don't get overwhelmed with the reports, because really it's just information. It's something that you can use and you can measure.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a couple of points on that. And as you're talking, being here at Solex for the last few days that I have been here, you know, I know that the device is amazing and, you know, we love it, right? But the enormity of what we have here with Solex, I just don't know that we truly get how massive this educational device is. Honestly, for us to be able to do what we can do on this device, there is nothing else out there like what we have. And I just wanted to really bring that up because I was passionate before and I knew that it worked and I know its effectiveness and I know all of these things, but being able to spend the time with the corporate team and particularly Loran and listening to the innovation of everything around the AO scanner, I could not be any more excited than what I've experienced this weekend. Has been massive.
Yeah. And then another thing with our technology is, you know, a lot of technology out there, you buy it one time and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, where ours, Loran has always stated that it's going to be a living technology. So it's, and it just gives me goosebumps when I think about that, because his heart is where he wants us to have the best of the best, and he's always improving it. Him and the engineers, I'm sure, you know, we have to give them credit too, because they're the ones working behind the scenes where, you know, Loran's given the ideas and the things to work on. And we have such a marvelous tool that we can help with everybody, our family, our friends, our pets, all of that. And there's not a system out there that is so well-rounded and is able to help everything on the planet.
Yeah.
Really?
I agree.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's brilliant. So Tammy, I think whether it's someone who's just looking at the scanner has never heard of frequency before, or whether it's someone who is a professional or has experienced frequency, the best thing I think that we can do for them is scan them.
That's right.
and have them experience the inner voice, have them experience the vitals and the comprehensive. And I know for myself, there is one thing that I will never do is to send a vitals and comprehensive report without really explaining how to read the reports. The inner voice is a little bit different because it's a little simpler. But for the vitals and the comprehensive, it's really important, I feel, for me to be able to take the time and, whether it be a Zoom call or a phone call, and take that time to explain to them what it is that we're seeing and what it is that we're reading, so that they can then take that away as much education as they possibly can and have that full experience. There is nothing better than experiencing a scan without advice.
That is so true. One of the things that I do, because I know sometimes people are so busy and maybe they can't jump on a call or maybe a Zoom call for you to explain, one little handy thing that I can share with you, and I'm happy to share it with anybody, is make you up an email that actually just, it shows your excitement. It shows your passion for the scanner, and it explains those things to them. What are they seeing? What are they looking at? Give them some resources in that email. I typically will send that before I ever scan anybody, to let them know that I'm so excited to be able to share this technology with them. So take some time, write up a little email that you can send to them, because you've already got their email address. So that is a great way to do it. And then we have such an amazing tool,
We do.
too, that, if they look at that scan and they go, wow, this is amazing. How can I learn more? How can I use this more? Then we have our Alpha 3 passes, an amazing tool that you can use with your clients, with anybody that could be possibly interested. And I love being able to give one of these to a mom with several kids, maybe animals too, and then they can have unlimited scan access for 3 days. So that is one of the things I love to use. How about you? Is that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Alpha 3 Pass is available in your back office, firstly, and it is a 3-day access pass to the entire platform. And so I love that, because once I've scanned someone, it gives them then the opportunity to go and play for 3 days. And they can scan their entire family, their pets. I even like to talk about imprinting with them as well, because then they get to experience that too. So they get to really have that full experience of the AU scanner. So I love the Alpha 3 passes. So it is just another option for you to be able to take that to that next step when communicating with someone. And it's almost like a try before you buy. And it costs them nothing. And then, some people do charge for them, but that's up to you, whether you put a fee on it or not a fee, but it allows that person to then be able to experience it. And I love that so much.
Yeah. That is one you said about charging or not charging. At first, I didn't charge for a couple of them, and I found that, those people really didn't see a lot of value in it. So what I do, and I mean, you're happy to use it too, but what I do is I say, I'm going to charge you $33 for the 3-day pass. So it's like $11 a day. But here's the thing. If you end up loving it and you want to subscribe to your own subscription to it, I'm going to refund that $33, because that was like a try it before you buy it type of deal. And since you do love it, I just want to gift that back to you. So that is something that I use, because I find when people have skin in the game, they're more apt to actually use it. And because the ones that I've given away for free, sometimes they don't even open it. And I know whenever I do this, I also send them the AO scan guide. Mm-hmm. I will either email that to them or send it in Facebook Messenger. I also give them the Alpha 3 Pass video that they'll probably get once they get it. And then I also just go ahead and offer a call or a quick Zoom to show them some little tips and tricks in the scanner to help them along with that Alpha 3 Pass, so that they can use it to the most available use that they can use it for. So that is something that I do, and it has worked every time. And then whenever you get that notification that they've completed their 3-day pass, It's a great time to follow up. But I typically will follow up on the very first day that I see that they open it and give them some time, and then I'll message them or email them and say, hey, how's day one going? Do you have any questions? Do you need any help with anything? And it's always great feedback, always great feedback.
Yeah, and I think if we look at our businesses, when we look at how many times an Alpha 3 pass has gone out, as to how many times that person has then taken on, the technology, it's quite a high turnover. So that's
Yes,
a great thing too.
It is. It's such an amazing tool. So make sure you get some Alpha 3 passes. And if you don't know where those are, in your scanner, in those 3 little lines over on the upper right, you'll click that and it'll bring down a menu and it'll show you your Alpha 3 passes and how they're available. I know I get questions on that all the time. Where are they? Where are they housed? How do I buy them? They're in your back office, but then once you purchase them, you'll find them in your menu on your those 3 little pancakes on your scanner. So click that, and then you'll be able to find where those are housed.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Tammy, this has been fun.
It has been fun.
So it's been great seeing you all again, and thank you so much for joining us. Tammy, always wonderful to spend time with you.
I so agree. It was so nice to have you this weekend.
I know.
Cannot wait for September.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be amazing.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Bec and Tammy. That was wonderful. Great counsel, great teaching, great instruction, as usual.
Yes. I think it was about a month and a half ago, and Rita Dickinson, she was just top and roller. And I promised you all that I would corner her at our leadership event and ask her, what in the heck are you doing? How are you getting all this done? So we had Jake corner her and sit down with her and ask her, how do you share the Solex opportunity AO scan with other people? So we get to watch that next.
Okay, everyone, I finally cornered Rita, and I'm going to ask her, and we're at the leadership event, and this has been just a really fun time hanging out with all of you and getting to know you a little bit. But now I'm going to ask her, how do you talk to people about AO scan?
I keep it simple. Don't complicate it. And what I like to tell people is AO Scan is a company that has a technology that brings balance to your body. So the inner voice brings balance to the emotions, and the vitals brings balance to chemistry, and the comprehensive brings balance to function. So when you bring balance to the body, it responds by thank you for reminding me what I should be doing with the frequencies. Because we have so many frequencies in our body. Every little thing has a specific frequency it should be vibrating at. And it's not complicated. It's like a tuning fork. And when you resonate, it's called sympathetic resonance. So you have a tuning fork and hold it, and I have one, and you hit yours and I don't. They will both vibrate at the same thing. They come into balance. That's how this works in the body. So there's 170,000 frequencies in the machine, and we can even scan dogs, cats, and horses. And, the body wants homeostasis, balance, and that's how this works. The body is the miracle. But we can also scan, dogs, cats, and horses, and specific frequencies is in Cephi. There's over 1,000 specific frequencies for specific things like headaches, hangover, bedwetting, burns, can't sleep, different things like this. You can even do really cool stuff like prosperity and self-esteem and love and forgiveness, and all of these things matter because it's our thoughts that are frequencies, our emotions that are frequencies, and if we can bring balance to that, we can bring balance to the body. I love AO Scan, and remember, sharing is caring. You don't want to not talk to your friends and loved ones because this can help everybody.
And we know it works with you because we do see your name quite a bit on the top enroller list on the weekly calls. So Rita, thank you for your insight. And, I hope this helps a lot of you out there.
Okay, there is a question that I love to ask myself, people inside Solex Corporate, as well as people who are really just wondering, what is it that I need to do in order to get where I want to go? And we've had obviously great instruction and great examples right now on this call. So here's the question. What is the one thing that you could do right now that would have the greatest impact on your ability to share the AO scan technology? Just one. Just what's the one thing that you could do that would have the greatest impact? And I think you focus in on that. Usually it's not the most important thing. It's the thing that would have the greatest impact. And that it really is scientific in its dissecting through what we need to do and what we don't need to do if we're trying to improve the way we grow our business, right? So let's do that. Let's have you answer or put a comment in this call. What is that one thing that would have the greatest impact on you being able to share the AO scan technology? What are we going to give away?
Well, next week we'll draw 3 winners, and we're going to give you a 6-pack of Alpha 3 passes, which means that you can share AO scan technology for 3 days with 6 different people. And what a great way, what a great tool to use when you are trying to introduce this technology to others.
Yeah, it's a great boost to get things going. It should make you unafraid to get out there and let somebody just experience it.
That's right. So we'll see you next week.
Yep, forgot what's next.
I was just going to say, do you want me to start or you want to start?
No bloopers again. We're just too serious. We're too good.
Too good.
Maybe that's what we ought to say from now on. Oh, y'all just aren't as good as we are.
Yeah, that's right.